Bounce starts now.
Well,
now we got the intro a little late, but this is Counts and 3 Counts. Start of plenty. We have got the show for you guys today. We got the return of our guy. Now we got to say it correctly. Grammy-nominated artist, our guy Megaran, man. Appreciate you coming back through, bro.
Man, it's good to be here, man. How y'all doing?
Shit, I mean, it was 40 degrees today. I feel like I got a heat wave and shit.
40. Wow, it was 80
How
here.
you feeling? That's the question. I know you busy.
Oh man, I'm on top of the world, man. Still trying to recover, honestly, from like the longest week of my like career, and like just longest few months in general, man. Like it's really, when they say a campaign, like it really, like trying to win a Grammy is like running for president, dog. Like it is something, you know. So it takes a lot out of you, but it's really fun as long as it's something you believe in. You know what I mean? It feels good to be out, you know, pushing something that you really believe in. And we got this close. So now I got a taste. So that means I got to come back at it, you know?
Well, dude, that's as good a place as any. Like, talk to me. You know, I made a joke about it at the top, but you know, what does that mean to you? I mean, obviously the goal is to win the Grammy, but what does that mean even now to be getting to the point where we went from talking about doing pro wrestling themes and things of that nature and just getting the song seen to the point where they're nominating you for Grammys? So talk to me about what that means just to have that part added to the Megaran resume.
Man, it's so dope. Like, honestly, it's like, you know, you create these things your whole life and you just hoping that people listen to them. Ultimately, you just want listeners, you know, and then people who have won these things start telling you like, oh man, this is a really special piece of work. You should try to enter it. And I'm like, I have no idea how to do that. So from going from 3 years ago, not even knowing how to do this, to now having a Grammy nominated album has just been insane. But you know, I'm no stranger to hard work, you know, as we know, and Kyle, you too, man. Like, we know how to grind, you know, get it out the mud and just like go hard for the thing that you believe in. So that's really what all it is. It's the same thing. It's just putting that hustle mentality into a new arena. And then firmly, man, I just believe I can do anything now. Like the way this has happened for me is like I've learned a whole new skill set. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I graduated, you know what I mean? Like I was in the indies and then I went to the majors, you know, and it's like I've had a taste of that, but still keeping that indie mindset, you know what I'm saying? And it's just really put me in a really dope position to do some cool stuff.
Hell yeah. Well, dude, talk to me about that first of all. When I first met you, like I said, it was all wrestling themes. It was a lot of wrestling music. It was nerdcore. It was a lot of that stuff. What are your thoughts now that you've made it through the Grammys and the fact that the music that they recognized you for a Grammy was children's music? Did you ever think that that would be the stamp where somebody says, yo, Megaran is on the Billboard charts for X?
No, I didn't. But you know what? It started in 2023. I put out my first kids album. It hit like #2 on Billboard. Like some cool stuff happened. I was like, okay, but that's a whole different world. Like you don't think getting on Billboard could get you anywhere near the world of the Grammys. Like there's two separate things. It's the Billboard Awards for a reason and the Grammy Awards. You know what I'm saying? So the Grammy Awards are your only peer selected award in music. You know what I'm saying? So it's not about your sales. It's not about anything else except what your peers think is outstanding work. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I'm trying to think in wrestling. You know how they would have like the Slammies, but then you go to like the Cauliflower Alley joint, and there's like that's where like the OGs have selected, you know, who's going to get awards and things like that. So it's kind of similar to that in a sense where you are selected by your peers, and it just means that much more because these are people who also create music. And yeah, maybe I wasn't going to find, there's not necessarily a place to enter video game music like the remixes I was doing, or to enter wrestling themes. Not yet anyway, knock on wood. You know, I'm trying to get in there and cause some, you know, some disruptions and some changes so that we can start getting those things entered. because there are different categories, and one of the categories is music written for visual media. So that's either for TV, for movies, for video games. So wrestling certainly counts in there somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So I do think wrestling themes should count somewhere. And maybe one day we can keep working and pushing towards that.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's some spectacular pieces of music out there that no one's thought would be considered, you know?
Hell yeah, dude.
I agree with that.
For starters, that's the thing too. It's crazy how we've gotten to a time where music in general has evolved in such a way that so many different genres of music that you never thought would really kind of be like considered for those type of things now have. It's crazy how even just with you watching your game kind of like grow as you've progressed through music, you know, again, going back to this being like a whole new lane for you music wise, you know, what did it mean to not only get to do the Grammys, but to get to share that with Buddy and have Rachel and all them there?
Yeah, man, that was the best part of it all. Because it's like when I do wrestling stuff, she's not really that interested in going. And honestly, I don't bring the kid. I haven't brought the kid to a wrestling show yet. I want to. Just thinking of the best possible opportunity to do that. But this was definitely a family affair. Like the album is dedicated to our family and what we've built over the last few years. So definitely wanted to have them there, you know, so Rachel being able to be my plus one to go out, hit the red carpet, go to all these cool parties, and not just for us to be there, but also to be recognized there, you know, like, oh my gosh, you're the guy who did the children's record. Oh man, like you're the guy who adopted the kid and made this record about him, you know, like people actually understand and they know the story, you know, because they are voters. They are people who pay attention to that stuff.
Yeah.
And so feeling like you belong is the biggest thing. Like I've always been a weirdo outcast cat, you know what I'm saying? Like I make music that fits into a very small, unique niche box. But whenever I'm able to take that outside of that, it's a really good feeling, man.
Hell yeah, dude. All right.
Real quick, talk to
Go
us
ahead.
about a day in the Grammy, like the day of the Grammys. What's it like when you get there to when you leave? I'm talking catering. What's it all like? Break us down how the day
first
goes.
of all, no catering. I will say that is
No
the
catering.
worst.
No catering.
Bruh, there's no
Come
food.
on.
They tell you straight up, like, yo, you better pack some granola bars or snacks. Like I had dried fruit, I had dried mangoes, I had trail mix in one pocket, I had I think fruit snacks, I had all kinds of stuff because you literally have to feed yourself. It's a literal feeding frenzy. So you start you start at 11 a.m. This is how my day started on Grammy Day. 11 a.m. you get to the front of the red carpet. The red carpet opens at 11:30. So you kind of in a line, you chilling, you taking pictures. It says welcome to the Grammys. It's got a big old Grammy, and then you show your ticket and walk through. And then it's like the feeding frenzy of the red carpet where there's like 200 press outlets just all lined up in a row. Now they don't all want to talk to you because they don't all care about children's music. Half of them are waiting for Lady Gaga to come through. You know what I'm saying? So you get humbled real quick, you know. Shout out to the Iron Sheik. They will humble you and make you remember who you are, because you walk up and they'll be like, hey, that's CNN, y'all want to talk? And they'll be like, nah. Yo, that's CBS News, that's Gail King, you want to talk? They'd be like, nah. And they'll try to lie and be like, oh, we're still just setting up, sorry, like we're not ready yet. But that's just them being like, no, we'll be ready if we see Billie Eilish come through. You know what I'm saying? So the ones who really don't want to talk to you, you know, but enough of that, on to the good stuff. So the people who do want to talk, they're like, oh, come on over here. You have a publicist that like goes ahead of you, gives them a little card with your info on it and says like, yo, do you want to talk to this guy? Like, he's a great guy. He's a great dad. He's got a great story. And they'll read it and they'll kind of decide in that moment, like, yes, we want to talk to you. So my publicist will be like, all right, so I got the Shade Room here, I got Complex here, and then I got Baller Alert right here. So you hit bam, 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 you hit all three. And then if you miss it, you miss your spot. Sometimes you got to come back later. All right, man, I got somebody else in, you got to come back later. So it's just constantly, but you got to keep your energy up so high because they're asking you so many questions. It's like the same questions you done heard. Hopefully they find a way to make it fun. But you can spend anywhere from 30 minutes to like an hour going through the gauntlet of all the press. They say any more than that, you might miss your name being called, because 12:30 is when they start reading off the names of award winners. So you hopefully will get a list of what the order is going to be of the show. And luckily for me, we found out Children's was going to be near the end. So I was like, oh, I got time. I'll make a little lap, come back around. You take some pictures with your wifey, looking good, whatever. And then you come back and do it again. So then you come in and sit down eventually after an hour and a half of just answering questions, smiling for everybody, taking pictures for everybody. You come in and sit down and you watch the show. And the early part of the show is not televised, but it's on YouTube. So they're reading through the names and they give people 35 seconds to say their thank yous, and they keep going. So you're there, you got to applaud everybody. You got to, be very nice. And and in that part of the show, you're in a smaller arena. So you can sit wherever you want. If there's seats available, you could just sit up front. No assigned seats in the place. So that's pretty cool. And then you get to see, because there's really like 60 awards that get given out during the early ceremony. And there's only like 9 that get given out on the TV show. So we did all that, and it was really fun. And then they eventually get to our category, and it just goes so fast. But for me, I just stayed right in, as centered as I could be. I was zen, I was breathing, and then we didn't win it. So my homie got it, but he's a good friend of mine. I'm actually on his album as well. So we're very good friends. I'm very fortunate to be in the situation I'm in where 2 of the nominated albums I appear on. One's my own record and one that I do a guest verse on. Yeah. So either way, I'm a winner. You know what I'm saying? But like, I really do love the album also. So shout out to Fuge and his daughter RV that made a great record. So then that's only the beginning of the show. So now, again, still no food. They say, all right, y'all, this is the beginning. It's the end of this part of the show. Everybody up. And now they will escort you out of this building to Crypto Arena through like a walkway. So you cannot leave. You can't go off site to go get a sandwich. You can't even go hit the street corner glizzies that are right outside. You can like smell them. And you can't do it. It's just a small walkway where literally everybody has to walk. I swear I saw like Babyface. I saw Killer Mike. I saw like so many people, because you all have to walk the same way. Then you walk into the big building, scan your thing, you scan your ticket, and then you sit down, and then the big show happens. So it's bigger, performances, fireworks, all kinds of stuff. And our seats weren't quite as good for that, but we're lower bowl. So it was really good. Nominees get a good seat. And just being able to like, okay, your part is over. Now you can just sit and enjoy yourself. And that I really enjoyed. I saw the tributes were really dope. The Ozzy Osbourne tribute was awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they did some really dope stuff. So yeah, like that's your day. So it literally is until the end of the show, and the show ends like 7 p.m. So 11 to 7, you are in your suit, no food, just move when they say move, sit where they say sit, and just relax. You can try to find food, but you can only eat between commercial breaks during the TV part, and you can't take any food in. So you got to scarf it down between breaks. And then
so it's kind of like Saudi.
Yeah. Is that how it is out there?
Yeah. Well, so shout out to our guy, Tantalizing Tony, who took the ride to Saudi for Royal Rumble. And apparently after listening to him on the other, like on Busted Open and a few other things, apparently at that new arena that they did that at, there's this, thing where like in order to eat there, they have like a fan zone. You have to eat in the fan zone. You cannot eat in your seat. He said that was why it looked empty during different matches during the Royal Rumble.
Oh, so you have to eat somewhere else. That's crazy. I think they do that in Japan too. Like some places where they just don't want you like walking with food or just creating a situation where you could spill nachos on somebody next to you. You know what I mean? Like it could go bad.
Scarfing down a nacho. That'd be me scarfing down nachos and popping.
Yeah, so they don't want people on camera like chewing and making a mess. So I get that.
Hey man, I'm with that because I'm one of those people that has like impeccable timing that if some dumb shit could happen when I'm eating, it's always at the worst possible time. Like I've had this happen far too many times in my lifetime. But you got to tell me. So
I mean, I'm
getting
not so blown away that they didn't give you catering though. Not even offer you a meal. Your Grammy nomination.
That's the first thing J-Bone thought about. No fucking catering, bro.
That's what
I
all
mean,
my
come on,
friends are
who's
saying.
feeding
Like,
me?
you got to get your food in early, and like you got to
That's
sneak
crazy.
something in there, man. It's crazy. I guess they don't, you got suits on, you got all these TV cameras. Like, you don't want to be doing too much where you're like, oh, let me scarf this glizzy down real quick while I'm doing this interview.
Hey, yeah.
Let me scarf this glizzy while I'm doing this interview real quick. Shout out to everybody that's watching this right now. Make sure you guys do me a favor, like it, retweet it, share it, whatever you guys are watching. If you guys are watching right now, make sure you hit that subscribe button on whatever platform you're watching. I don't know what the hell's going on with Twitter. For some reason, it didn't make a post like it normally does. But if you can, retweet it, share it out, let everybody know you're watching. With that being said, what's your biggest takeaway from it all, bro? Like, what now that you've been nominated for it, kind of like what it takes to get to the dance. What's the big takeaway from it? And like, what do you plan to use to make you get over that hump and get you a Grammy next year?
Well, I am, man, my biggest takeaway is like, I'm hungry. Like, this is something that you get a little taste and then you're like, yo, I want more of this. You know what I'm saying? And that's definitely how I feel. Like, I want to do more to get this going. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like we've created so much headway. We've done so much cool stuff that I just want to keep that momentum going. You know what I mean? You never want to lose the momentum. And this is definitely a game of momentum. So that's how I feel. Like, I feel like, man, I don't want to squander this opportunity. So like, I'm ready to come back for more. And whether it's this year, with another record, or next year or the year after, like I've learned so much from this process. And yes, it is exhausting, but like, I know, like, you know what I mean? I'm this close. Like, I feel like you can't just get right to the top of the mountain and then just turn back down and be like, it's high. It's pretty high up there. So I'm good. You're like, nah, man, like, now that I've gotten a taste of that rare air, you know what I mean? I love getting dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, being able to get dressed, go outside, see people looking good, smelling good, and take this like weird nerdcore wrestling rap movement to new places, man. So it's really exciting.
Talk me through the fit, bro. Y'all was looking crispy, bro. How much went into finding the tux for that joint?
I got lucky, man. The first place I went to, they had a nice tux, and I let my fashion designer, Rachel, my stylist, hook me up. I was like, because if it would have been up to me,
not a bad choice.
I'd have had something wild colors. I'd have done something ridiculous. I'd have been looking like a giant Roosevelt suit. You know what I'm saying? Like that would have been my style. But I just wanted to give her like the opportunity to be like, yo, we looking real good today. We're going, So she saw this really cool green velvet joint, and I was like, oh, I like that. I wouldn't have thought about that. Something green, and it fit me really nicely. And then I got gifted a really dope watch from Atari. They sent me this.
That's
cool
fire.
watch.
I saw that shit. Talk to me about that.
Yo, man, I couldn't believe that. They were like, yo, we would love for you to wear this. And I was like, man, I'm actually going to the Grammys this week. I'd love to wear it, but I don't know if I'm gonna make it in time. And they were like, oh, where you staying? We'll ship it to you. And I was like, wait, what? And they were like, yeah, we'll send it to your Airbnb next day air, man. And so it got there, and I was like, dang, that's cool. Like, this is how the rich and famous be feeling, like cool stuff just pulling up to the door. And so that was super dope. And then you get all these gift bags too. Like, that was the part where I had heard of some stories about gift bags, and I was like, I'm gonna start Googling this. My PR didn't even know about it. She's like, yeah, I don't know, but let me know what you find out. And I was like, all right, I am no stranger to the Google foo, as I call it, where I start going crazy on the Google and finding everything I can find to connect the dots. And so I started Googling Grammy gift suites, Grammy gift bags, like, who does these things? And they were like, oh, they're only for presenters and performers. And so I sent them an email, and I was like, well, I'm not a presenter or a performer, but I am a first-time nominee. I also am a Twitch streamer. I do all these other things. And they were like, oh, wow, like you're like an influencer. And I was like, well, I wouldn't say that, but for the sake of this conversation, yes, I am. And so she's like, oh, cool. Well, then we gotta let you in so you can get all the good stuff so you can like tell people about it. So as long as you promise to talk about it. And I'm like, of course I'm gonna talk about getting thousands of dollars of free stuff.
Yeah.
And so yeah, man. So that was really dope. They walked
What
us
was
through
in the
this
goodie
spot.
bag is what we need to know, bro.
So much
Oh,
stuff. I'm trying to look.
Yeah. Can we know that part?
There was like fancy candies. There was fancy. Oh, this one lollipop that has music connected to it, where you can hear the music as you chew.
Oh,
It's
shit.
so crazy. It's like wild stuff I've never seen before. I got these greens powder. I got hats. I got jewelry. We got pillows. We got suitcases. We got bottles of wine. We got paintings.
Suitcases.
I needed that to carry all the stuff, man. We had like these giant bags, and my wifey got makeup and stuff. Man, it was so much cool stuff, man. Let me see, some toys. Actually got some stuff for Buddy. He got a little Viewmaster like video thing, the video camera.
Hell yeah.
That shows little fun cartoons. Yeah, man, there was so much stuff. And like, I was like, I don't know if rich people actually get this stuff and keep it, or if they just like gift it to people out throughout the year or what. But give it to their servants or something. They give it to their maids. I don't know. But I was like, I'm keeping all this.
Why, when you said that, did I just envision like from Fast and the Furious when Paul Walker and Tyrese go get the cutter, and he goes, I thought you had like 10 of these, bro. Give me back my fucking cutter.
Yo, for real. That's how it is, man. It's just like so much stuff. But like, so we went to 2 different gifting suites, also some different meetups, a bunch of interviews and cool stuff was happening out there. And then there's like other parties. There's a Grammy U, which is like a mentoring program. And so I have a mentee who's from LA, who's an R&B singer. So I got to meet up with him. He performed. So that was dope. Yeah, like it's an entire week. It's almost like Mania week. And you know how like crazy, like we be running around on Mania week. It really feels like one of those weeks where like just every night you're out till 4 a.m. Like it's just what it is. Got to be up. And me, I don't sleep late anymore since I got the kid. So I'm up at 7:30 every day. You know what I mean? And I'm like, dang, I wish I could sleep late. But yeah, man, it's just constantly just moving and getting into stuff.
How did it feel to get to do all that and be down there with the homies, man? I seen you had Penny down there with you. You had a few of the boys down there, bro.
Yeah, man. Penny came through. Rocky, K Murdoch popped up for a little bit. It was real cool, man. Like stuff like that. I really look forward to. Hold on. Oh man, I had to sneeze real quick. But I always look forward, thank you, to bringing the homies. Like any situation I can bring the homies to, I'm always like, I gotta do it. So I told everybody like, yo, this is where we're gonna be. We're all gonna get the same hotel, so we can all just kind of mob and just all be there. And it was just dope, man. You get up for breakfast, you see all the homies. You head out at night, you see all the homies. Like it was just a really good time, man. And like that was to me some of the best. It almost felt like my wedding, you know, in a sense, because it's like it brings everybody together, you know what I'm saying? And so to like successes like this are nothing without the homies to share it with, you know what I'm saying? And so everybody that helped me kind of get there, you know, whether it's encouragement or music or whatever. So having Felix, oh no, my battery is exhausted. It says battery exhausted. I've never seen that.
That's a first. Battery's getting tired.
All of us. That's all of us. We're all exhausted.
I'll change my camera to the other one. Give me 1 sec.
You're all good, bro.
That's crazy.
That's the first. I've never heard a battery say it was exhausted before.
Had enough. Tapped out.
It's
tapped
like
out.
I've had enough of this. All right.
Kind of like the halftime show.
Brio, let me see. Hey,
there we go.
Right, there we go. That's camera 2. Not quite as crispy, but it's doing what it's supposed to do. All right, it'll work.
Hell yeah.
Yep. But yeah, that was like having the homies there is the goal, man. I'm an only child, so anytime I can bring the homies around, it's like a good thing. So really glad that a lot of the homies were able to come through. Whether they were like the Grammy tickets are super like rare, like they're hard to get. It's not like Mania where it's like, oh, if you got a bunch of money, you can just buy a ticket. The Grammys are exclusive on purpose, so they only let me buy two. Like I can get one for me and a plus one, and then I can only buy two others, and that's the most I can get. And so they do that with everybody. And so you have to like know somebody, and you got to be real fast with the purchase. And so a lot of the homies couldn't go, but they were like, all right, we're gonna meet up at this hotel afterwards. All right, we're gonna go to this party. And so it was just a really good time. And I needed that, you know what I'm saying? Like we worked so hard, you know, to get here, and like to be able to kind of enjoy the fruits of our labor, you know what I mean? It's a good feeling.
I can definitely relate to that because you've always been cool like that with you and I, man. You and I have been in a bunch of different places that you put me in that I probably shouldn't have been. So hell yeah. Grammys, I can only imagine was a good time. But you know, we talked a little bit about what's next. Obviously, getting the Grammy is next. What do you got? What's cooking in the world of Megaran, man? What's going to be up new? I seen you had that Royal Rumble rap you dropped down there for the Rumble as well.
Oh yeah, we did that. I think it was last year's Rumble. We decided to have a little fun, and I was just like, let me just impersonate everybody and put that out. So that was a good time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more wrestling raps. I'm writing more stuff now. Can't talk about who it's for, but as of right now, I'm a hired gun. So if anybody needs me, they hit me up. You know, I'm a double agent right now. So sometimes it's Mikey Ruckus, sometimes it's WWE, sometimes it's individual, you know, cats. So it's like wherever I'm needed, I will come through with some rhymes. So I did a little sneak wrestling EP called 5. It's a 5-track EP that we wrote a pipe bomb song and a Dusty Hard Time song. So basically I was just taking like really great promos and then writing songs about them. And so I put that out for free on my site just while we were doing this whole Grammy push, to be like, yo, I didn't forget about that side of things. And then after that, now I got to feed the wrestling, the video game side of things. So me and my boy K Murdoch, we're going to be working on some new video game flips very soon. A follow-up to our record Forever Famicom, it came out 16 years ago. So it's like, oh man, that seems like a long time. Plus 16 bits, you know, the Super Nintendo was 16 bits. So, you know, a little bit of a play on words. So to celebrate the 16-bit anniversary, we're going to come back with some more, you know, some 16-bit raps, you know, stepping it up. And so that's going to happen real soon. And then there'll be more children's stuff as I get inspired. So yeah, now it's just feeding the other parts of me because I've been going super hard with the children's music. So there will be wrestling, there will be video games, and they'll just be straightforward, you know, raps.
All right, since you've gotten good at manifesting stuff, who do you want to do a theme for?
Oh man, you know what? Only because it just happened, and I was like, "Oh, I'll be ready for this." Royce Keys, you know.
I was going to ask you about that. Hell
man.
yeah, perfect segue. That was in the shit.
Yeah,
we need Royce Keys, aka former Another Life Powerhouse Hobbs joint from Megaran. I like it.
Yes, I need to do it. Yep, I would.
Wait a minute, before we go any further, I just want to. We got to clear the air here and clear your name potentially, since you said you were a hired gun. Are you the masked man?
Nah, I cannot answer that question.
Can you get up high enough to do the curb stomp?
I can definitely curb stomp. I can.
I couldn't make the rail like the guy does. The guy just clears the rail.
Clearing the rail would be the part I'd have the issue with. Yeah, I might just trip.
Hey, I've hopped a fence or two in my time.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, now that we're going over to the wrestling side of things, I mean, let's put that out in the air. WWE, I know you're listening. I know you're watching. Let's get a Royce Keys x Megaran collab out here, dude. But before we jump over to the wrestling side of things, it's almost time for the Autorama in the Motor City. Hopefully, now that we're getting some warm weather, I won't freeze my balls off when it comes. But with the Autorama coming, that means I got to tell you about our sponsors. Michigan Street Unlimited. If you guys are looking, you can see some of the fleet that you're going to see February 27th through March 1st at the Huntington Place, formerly Cobo Hall. It'll always be Cobo to me, but go check out Michigan Street Unlimited. Tell them Knockouts and 3 Counts sent you, and if you got a car and they're going to be at the Autorama, you got to make sure you check out our fine sponsors over there, and shout out to our guy, Cody Caudill. Make sure you check him out. Tell him we sent you. You know, if you're in Detroit, you like a car, so go check them out. All right. Now we got to get to talking about the world of pro wrestling. So since we talked about your Royal Rumble rap, you got to tell me, now that we are removed from the Royal Rumble, what are your thoughts on the Rumble? How does this one hit for you?
Oh, man, I got to be honest. It didn't hit like it used to. Maybe because, you know, I just remember all the fun special appearances we used to get. You know what I mean? Folks coming in from different worlds, making a quick moment, having some fun times. You know, Kofi doing his crazy spot. You know, like it's really a different era, you know, when it comes to it. And the Rumble is my favorite show too. So I have to say, like, it doesn't quite feel the same. And maybe that was just this one, maybe because it was in Saudi. You know,
and they didn't have like the countdown either, which I felt like took away from it a lot.
Yeah, the countdown was weird. Yeah, it feels a lot different, man. Like I kind of wanted to go back to the old days, but even then, I guess the more we know about wrestling, it only feels like 3 or 4 people actually have a chance to win anyway. So we're just kind of there, just waiting for that to happen. So yeah, like no big surprises and nothing, like no huge like mainstream stars or anything fun like that. You know what I mean? Like even the thing a couple years ago with or was it? No, that was last year with like Speed and him getting trucked by Braun, like stuff like that was cool to see. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, we got nothing really like fun like that. But it was great to see some moments, like see Oba, you know, was really fun. You know, they're just stacked. I really believe like the roster is stacked, and there's like the future is like really well set. But yeah, like it was all right. I will say that it was all right. It's always my favorite like PLE to watch, but this one wasn't my favorite of all time, but you know, it was all right.
How much of the difference in what we saw in the Rumble and like not having as much of the surprises do you think had to do with Saudi? Because the only thing I'll say is that, you know, obviously you have the obvious that you don't have as many American fans over there, which, okay, that happens when you go overseas anyway. But the fact that it had to make it 10 times harder to try to hide somebody getting to Saudi. I feel like the only real surprise we got was Nikki and Brie, which Nikki's already been around. So I guess that would make Brie the only real surprise. Do you think that that's something like, I mean, I've seen it and heard it on multiple different platforms at this point, as far as like the surprises, you know, like the predictability of who like was left. Do you think that that's something that we'll see like next year? They go back like, okay, we got to make a bigger deal out of like the countdown. We're going to have more surprises since we can do it in the States again.
I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, I hope this isn't like a sign of things to come where they're like, oh, we can save some money. We don't need to go get big Hollywood stars. Oh, we don't need to do crazy countdowns. I don't know, man. I'm actually not sure. I think that hopefully they will listen to some feedback from the crowd and it'll feel different. You know what I mean? Like even we talked about Royce Keys, like him not getting a huge reaction from the Saudi crowd. It's like what a perfect sign where it's like, oh, they don't really know this guy. You know what I mean? So stuff like that, where you would get better results in a US audience. And I hope this isn't a sign of things to come for Mania next year. You know what I mean? So I think if anything, it will lead to them taking less chances. You know what I'm saying? Because now they're like, look, man, we got our bag. So let's just give them a straightforward show. We don't need to go too crazy, you know.
See, that was another thing I was going to bring up. You know, that was another thing Tony talked about in the places I heard him talk about the Royal Rumble. He said he noticed that like the Saudi fans were a lot more receptive to like Nikki Bella and Brie Bella because they knew them. They knew Rhea. Like during a lot of the women's stuff, they weren't as hyped for it. They were more hyped for like the mainstream, like big acts and stuff. So like it's just an interesting thing. because going into it, it's a different crowd, right? You know what I mean? Like, you know that it's not going to be like an American crowd, but those are all things that you don't think about, especially when you think about the fact that, before WWE started going to Saudi, there was like next to no women like interaction. And now we've got not just one, but 30 women in a Royal Rumble. You know what I mean? So like they're definitely making their strides. I wonder how much of that's going to be on Saudi, but I'm with you. That's something I wanted to ask you about. Like my biggest thing, and the one thing that you kept hearing people talk about, is how like at different points of the Rumble, it looked like it was emptier, right? So like as we go into WrestleMania, you can't have that for WrestleMania, no?
Nah.
Like that's not a good look when we're talking WrestleMania.
No.
They're gonna have to hire like seat fillers or something, you know what I mean? And that's funny. I saw that with the Grammys. They have the same situation where like 3,000 people sign up for it and they pick maybe 400 of them. And at random times when like celebrities have to get up from their tables to go eat or whatever they do, they probably got catering down on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So they don't want tables to be empty. So there's people waiting in the wings, kind of like either in another seat or maybe like bent down, wearing black tuxes. So when that person goes, somebody comes and immediately sits down in the seat to kind of keep the look.
So it looks like it's always full.
Yeah, so I think they're going to have to do that too. Like they're just going to have to start getting in seat fillers for stuff like that. Because like I know that was an old man thing. Like that used to be like a Vince thing. They said like Vince hates empty arena shots. He hates empty seats. Like I remember that being a really big like thing that the guys would always say. Like no empty arenas, no empty shots. He would flip out.
Man, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out, especially knowing that we already know that WrestleMania is going to Saudi. J-Bone is getting ready to go pick up the DJ table in a minute, my man. So I will let you get to go spinning the ones and twos over there real quick while we finish up business.
Baby. You guys have a good show.
All right, homie, kill it.
Hell yeah, dude.
Congratulations. We'll talk soon.
Appreciate you, bro.
Later.
Yes, sir. Check out DJ J-Bone over there at the Gridiron. But with that being said, I got to get some thoughts. So now we know Roman has won the Royal Rumble. We know that we saw what we saw on Monday Night Raw. How do we feel about Roman winning the Rumble, and what are our thoughts on that CM Punk versus Roman Reigns joint, and who do you think won?
Ooh, I loved it, man. I thought they both kind of smoked it. I really loved the promo. I think they both really got it off. I think it's such an easy way to go with CM Punk to be like, I hate you. You know what I mean? Like it's so easy to go with that. But with Roman, it actually makes sense. Like CM Punk is very responsible for a lot of the boos Roman had been getting over those years coming up and trying to fight through all that. I still remember make them look strong, like from that, like I'll never forget that. And like a lot of people listen to that podcast, man. And so, as much as people love Punk, man, like that turned a lot of people against Roman. So we actually have a legit story here. I don't think Roman told any lies. Like, oh, who you think they came to make sure it was good?
I'm sure they did.
Like, yeah, I don't think he told no lies. So I do think Roman, like, I don't know if got the best of it, which I would say, but he held his own against arguably the greatest on the mic ever. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't have ever thought Roman would be able to hold that down.
No, but the way he ended it, bro, I was like, man, I think he might. You talk pipe bomb. I definitely think he put the cherry on it, dude. When you talk about, like you said, how Punk tried to say how he walked in his footsteps and how he talked about how he learned exactly not what to do. And, I loved it. It made me want to see that. That right there did more than anything else they're doing right now to make you excited for WrestleMania. And that's the other crazy thing. We're in WrestleMania season, and I like legit am like, what the fuck's going to happen? Especially now that Braun Breaker's out.
Yeah,
or
man,
at least
like,
out for now.
Out for now. I don't know. Yeah, like usually you have the path kind of set, but I don't know, man. I still think part of my heart of hearts, was thinking, but before they made this match for Elimination Chamber, but I was thinking Finn Balor was going to sneak his way into that match, that Punk and Roman match. And maybe he still does. I don't know. Like, I would not be mad at that. And I hope he wouldn't just be there just to take the pin. I actually would want Finn to go over, because I think Finn deserves it. He's been so ready. He's been doing everything they need him to do. He's been staying healthy. He's been killing it. And he deserves another shot. And I think what bigger shot than a WrestleMania moment for Finn? Like, that's really the only thing he's missing in his entire career is a Mania moment.
And I really hope he gets that, because I still have said for years, it's bullshit that he never really got his shot with the way things went down when he won the Undisputed Championship or Universal Championship, excuse me. I said,
the fruit roll up.
Dude, but the crazy thing is it didn't even last the whole damn day. That's gotta eat at you for a long time. And I think, like you said, I think Finn's as hot now as he's been in a long time. I think it's kind of time to split him away from the Judgment Day. I think, don't get me wrong, the Judgment Day is cool. I really feel like what we're going to see out of Liv and Dom, they're either going to become big baby faces and Raquel Rodriguez is going to become the big heel, or vice versa, and flip them. So I feel like Judgment Day is kind of already on the implosion for that. And I think it's time to remind people, what Finn's capable of doing too. Question is, do you think Finn's the Masked Man?
Who
does Megaran think is under the ski mask?
Okay, we talked about this a little earlier. I think this week it was actually exposed who it was, but not who it's going to be storyline wise. I think they said it was Grayson Waller this week.
I heard Kenny Doan from the Spirit Squad too.
So I think it makes the most sense for it to be Seth. But if Seth's not ready for that moment, maybe that was the lead up, was going to be Seth versus Braun for Mania for control of the division or whatever. But if they decide to pivot it, it could be Finn. Someone else said it could be Jake Paul.
I've heard Becky too.
Yo, Becky, it could be the man. It's so lazy to keep doing this masked man thing though, because they've done it for so long at this point. But I like a good mystery, but they just very seldom make it really make sense. It was Austin Theory, and then he just became the guy who takes the pins for the Vision. And it's come on, man.
That kills me. Austin Theory is a past guest of the show. Damn it. Give this man his shine.
He needs his respect, man. Austin Theory is no slouch.
Put some respect on the name.
He needs some respect. So I think it should be Finn. I mean, Seth. It makes the most sense as Seth. But and maybe they're just doing this as a placeholder until he's ready. You know what I mean? But it could go a lot of different directions. I thought Adam Pearce at first. I was maybe it could be Adam Pearce. I thought they were leading towards maybe an Adam Pearce and Braun match at Mania. For what, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying? I have no idea, man.
I feel like Seth's got to be the answer. But if we're gonna go outside the box picks, what if it's LA Knight?
Wow. Now that would be interesting. But see, that doesn't make any sense. Clearly he doesn't like Braun. Clearly he doesn't like the Vision. You know what I mean? So it doesn't.
Yeah, but they put him out, remember?
Yeah. But it's obvious he doesn't like them. So he wouldn't need to put on a mask to go attack them.
But if you're trying to get in and get out and play mind games with them.
Yeah, that's true. We're trying to make them think it's somebody else. I think that could be cool. So LA Knight just won and he's in the chamber. Do you think they're going to do something with LA Knight finally, or is this just
I wish they would, dude. I really wish they would. I've been a fan since he was Eli Drake, dude. And the kicker of this whole thing is that TNA's on AMC now, and they still play the Car Shield commercials with him when he was Eli Drake and Ric Flair. Dude, can we do something? Can we do something with LA Knight, please? Dummy. Yeah,
we need something. They need something for him. I felt so bad. I don't know, man. I feel like for whatever reason, he's not their guy. And when you're not their guy, they just find all these reasons. Like, you watch Unreal, and they're kind of like,
what did you think of that?
That moment where he kind of gets like a little bit eviscerated for like messing up or something during the match. I guess it was fair, but it didn't affect the outcome. You know what I mean? But you like made him feel so bad. He looked so dejected, man. Like, and I feel like he's at a situation, like there's been so many moments where like he grabbed a fan sign or something that said push LA Knight. Like, I feel like he's done a few things where they're like, hey man, like don't do that because you're not the guy. You know what I mean? If you were the guy, it would be okay, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, I just don't feel like he's their guy, which is a crime. Like, he was hot as fish grease probably this time.
Dude, when they did SummerSlam in Detroit, he was hot as could be in here, dude.
Yeah, man. Summertime, he was so hot. And I remember that day he came out right before he lost the title and he dropped the belt. And I was like, ooh, that looks really weird. You know what I mean? Where he was starting the match off and drops the title belt. And somebody mentioned it, maybe Corey Graves, is like, in the most symbolic thing a champion could do, he dropped the title. And I was like, ooh. And it was like, came out later that, maybe he knew he was going to lose that day. And maybe he was a little sore about it. Like, I don't know, man. It just feels like he's not their guy. But I want him to have a moment. Like, he deserves a moment.
Hell yeah, dude. I'm with that. I've said that for years. I would love to see it. Speaking of people having a moment, dude, do we have predictions on the Elimination Chamber, and how do you think Cody Rhodes is going to figure into WrestleMania?
Ooh, okay. So Cody has an Elimination Chamber match,
qualifier,
yep. And I think it's Jacob and somebody else is in it.
It's
right?
him, Jacob, and I'll find it.
Sammy, maybe.
That's it. Yep, it's him, okay. Jacob, and Sammy.
So
Sammy's not winning.
Well, yeah, we know Sammy's not winning. I think Cody gets it. I feel like Cody has to sneak his way into Mania somehow. And I wouldn't be mad at a Cody Drew Mania match. I think that's a night one main event that they could make happen, and I'd be happy with that. If you give them a real good gimmick on it or something, I don't know. You come up with some cool gimmick. I wouldn't be mad at that. Outside of that, I don't really know where else he could end up. You know what I mean? Unless you just wind up him and Jacob having a brawl or something.
I think we're headed for him and Drew, or a triple threat between the three of them, because Jacob's got beef with Drew too.
Yeah, I thought that would have been the match now, like but I guess they didn't want to do that and make him have another match before that. But I don't know. I would have liked to seen the triple threat happen at Elimination Chamber, but at Mania, I think it could work too. Like, I don't know. I want more for Jacob too. I don't want him to just wind up doing this and then in the Andre the Giant Battle Royal on Friday.
Dog, I hate to say it because Andre the Giant's a legend, but I don't want to see the Andre Battle Royal no more. If it ain't going to be on if it ain't going to be on WrestleMania, damn it, I don't need to see it.
Yeah, put it on Mania. Make it. Let
that be the kickoff show thing. Shit, what? Yeah, I mean, dude, you do the kickoff show.
Yeah, like don't put it on Friday. Like that's disrespectful.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's things that are going to change because of it being a 2-night Mania, but I've never been a fan of that. Well, speaking of Mania, dude, I feel like with us being on the road to WrestleMania, I feel like this WrestleMania just seems to have so much, I don't know, man. It just doesn't have the same hype even as last year does. And from everything I'm hearing, it sounds like tickets aren't selling the way they were even last year. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the start of the road to WrestleMania, and how much of that do you think has got to do with like ticket prices and the fact that they're going back to Vegas again when everybody just went to Vegas last year?
I feel like, you can kill the town. It is possible. And they might have killed the town a little bit. And I heard now they're literally trying to bleed the town dry. I don't know if you heard that they're like cracking down on watch parties now.
What?
Yeah, I just saw a Fightful report that says that the the rumor is that within a 50-mile radius, you won't be able to stream the event at a public place. So
Wow. Now that's going to change things too, because like our guy Danny went to one of the stadium swims. That's what Teak did last year.
Yeah, everybody said it was dope. The Circa Stadium swim was like the talk of the weekend for a lot of people. And if they cancel that, then I mean, come on, man. But I think, I mean, just like the Super Bowl, you know, with NFL stuff, there are regulations that come with this stuff. But I just didn't know. Like, where's Mania gonna come on? ESPN or something? Is that? I don't know.
That's what I've heard.
Okay, so I don't know. I know in the UK they said that because they weren't there on Netflix internationally, that's killed the watch parties in the UK because of the FCC regulations on showing stuff in public places. So a lot of the watch events have had to shut down in overseas. So, man, that would be really sad.
But you would think they would want the watch parties, no? Like, I mean, that's a lot of people.
They ain't making no money off it. Why?
Well, I mean, yeah, but
they don't make a dime. Like, wouldn't you want them to buy a ticket?
Yeah, but when you're making tickets $10,000, I don't. I mean,
right? If
I didn't pay $10,000,
no, I just looked today, and right as I was looking, just to be looking. There were 2 tickets, like second row down, like hard cam side, $46,000.
Fuck you
for both nights, and they disappeared while I was looking. Somebody bought them while I was on the site. I was like, "Yo, you crazy!"
I literally tweeted about this morning because they were talking about this on Busted Open, and I heard Dave LaGreca and Bully talking about it. And they were like, "Do people really buy tickets like the day of, the week of?" I was like, "Bro, I've been doing this for fucking years, dog.
Yes.
Like, I bought last year. I bought night 1 the week of, and I bought night 2 the day of. And I wish I'd waited a little longer on the day of for night 2 because, dude, our boy Justin that we met through Rob, dog." He paid $432 for row 6.
Dang. Yeah, man. I think the jig is up. I think people are going to wait till last minute, and that's why they're not hitting these crazy sellout numbers, because ain't nobody trying to do that. I'm not trying to spend a freaking house payment or, you know, like
I want to go, bro. Like, you and I, WrestleMania has become like the yearly thing, bro. Like, that's the tradition. But like, it's gotten to the point now where it's like,
man,
number one, the build, the price. The build isn't as hot as it's been. Like, okay, you're wearing the Philly stuff. Now, when we went to WrestleMania at Philly, we were all hype as fuck headed into WrestleMania before we even knew what was going to happen. You know what I mean? Now, to be fair, there's a long ways to go, but I'm just saying, comparing just a couple years ago to now, different. And another WrestleMania I heard them use as a comparison, 38 when we were there in Dallas, bro. I didn't give a fuck what was else on the card.
Yep.
The fact that you got Stone Cold on that motherfucker, there might be Cody coming in there,
bro.
I'm with it. Take my money. Let's get it.
There, I bet somebody's on the horn with Stone Cold right now. They're probably just texting him, just checking his temperature. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Like, what if you brought in Steve?
Better not, because if I don't go to this one and Stone Cold comes out again, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah. What if you got Stone Cold to like special guest ref or special enforce Cody and Drew or something? Nah, they think that'll move some tickets?
Maybe, but I just feel like that would be forced, bro. Like, I mean, as much as I'm a Stone Cold guy, I'm always for having him involved in anything. But like, if I'm gonna see him back, especially at a WrestleMania, I want it to make sense, bro.
Right.
Like, no, I don't know. Maybe that's asking a little too much, some sense in my pro wrestling, but I just, I don't know, man. Like, especially with Stone Cold, because Stone Cold's my all-time favorite. Like, I'm all for seeing him in any capacity that we can, but at the same time, bro, I don't want it if it's just to have it. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't.
It's got to make sense. It's got to be good, man. And I thought. I understand if he didn't want to end it there, but man, Stone Cold with Kevin Owens was the perfect way to end it. You know what I mean?
And in Texas,
you can't end it any better than that, man. So I hope he decides to kind of stay put.
I think he's going to, man. I was glad to get. I was so grateful to get to be there. And then the crazy thing of it is, you got there for night 2 for that one. Am I correct? You missed.
Yes.
You missed night 1. because you gave Devin you the only WrestleMania that Devin's went to. Devin was like, man, I don't, because this is after a lot of the shit that Vince did. He's like, I'll never go to WWE shows again. And then you couldn't go, and then he got the ticket. And I remember him telling me, he's like, bro, I'm so glad that I went to
man, that was crazy. Yeah, like I would have never turned it down unless it was a big gig. I had a huge gig. I was like keynote speaker at a college that weekend. Like it was like one of the coolest things I had ever done. But I was like, but I have to make the night 2. If I don't make night 1, I'm coming to night 2. And yeah, man, we had a good time. But yeah, Mania has been so much of our friendship and, you know, part of like our yearly kind of like hangs and stuff, that it's like now we're at the point, and I think that WWE knows this too. A lot of people are like, oh, well, I'll just come to Vegas and then I'll do everything else, because there's freaking
that's why they're trying to crack down on the watch parties, bro.
You know what I mean? There's 17 pages of events.
There you go. Let's just start doing Rumble again. What up, no?
Yeah, I mean, as long as Rumble stays put in the States.
Does Shane know that there's already a plan in place for this year? Is he aware of the plan yet?
Have we talked about the plan? Maybe not. I think we're talking about New Orleans, baby.
NOLA, baby. We going down Bourbon Street. Man. Like, I'm about to turn 34 in this motherfucker, and we're gonna have a good time in NOLA. I have not been to yep, he's not aware of the plan. Yeah, so 34. I'm turning 34. We going to September. You got your birthday like right around then too.
That's right, my birthday.
NOLA. I already got it off. The post office can fuck off. We getting with it, bro. We getting with it.
Yep, it's happening, man. Like that is a must. From the moment they teased Mania in New Orleans, I got so excited, and then they were like, "Nah, Vegas," and I was like, "Oh, come on, y'all." But yeah, man, New Orleans is where it's at. I had a blast there of Mania in New Orleans, so we going back.
Ironically, that was where I met Stone Cold, but that was when I was still going by myself to these Manias and stuff. So me and my mom went down there. I went to Mania by myself, but it wasn't the same as like when you're going with the homies. So especially if we're not doing WrestleMania this year, bro, I need NOLA in my life. This is going to be a damn good time. I'm putting it out in the air, dude. We're going to do some shit. Money in the Bank weekend.
We gotta do it.
We're gonna do some shit. Well, dude, speaking of doing some shit, I gotta give a shout out to last week's guest, JJ Double J Pagan, in your main event tonight in Grand Rapids live on DAZN. Also, your co-main event, who was our other guest last week, Caroline Vare, who's gonna be going for the WBC belt tonight on DAZN. Make sure you guys check that out after you get done with us. And then next week, bro, Clarissa Shields is back in the ring. Little Caesars here in Detroit. Make sure you guys hit that button. I'm going to be interviewing both Clarissa Shields and Franchon Cruz. It's going to be good times. Boozy is playing her out to the ring on this one. It's going to be, we've gotten quite the like musical performance here with Clarissa Shields. The last time it was Rick Ross. The time before that, we walked her out to the ring with Papoose, bro. I mean, it's getting to be a spectacle. I'm looking forward to seeing that in the city. Where is Mega Ran headed to next?
Oh man, I'll be in Phoenix this weekend doing the Musical Instrument Museum, and then doing a big tour, going out west with the band Playboy Man Baby. We are doing San Francisco.
A hell of a name.
Yeah. Noise Pop Festival. It's a really dope indie fest in San Francisco on the 24th of February. Sacramento, Portland, Seattle, and then Boston in March, early March. MC Lars is going to be there as well. And then back home in Phoenix for the Game On Expo, the weekend of the 13th. There's a Monday Night Raw happening out here in Phoenix that Monday, so I'll be around for that. And then going to Boise, Idaho for another festival, and then back into Oregon April 4th. And on and on. And then there'll be a big summer tour that I'll be announcing. So yeah, this
Bring
year
your ass
is
back to Detroit. We got to get some more slows.
I'll be back. Yes, indeed. Detroit is on the list. So hopefully by the summertime, I'll be back out there.
Hell yeah, man. You love to hear it. Make sure you guys check us out. Check out all the sponsors. Check out Michigan Street Unlimited. Make sure you go buy you some stuff from Megaran. Make sure you guys are back here next Tuesday. We've got Zoe Nowicki before she makes her debut in LFA, fresh out of Invicta FC. There's a lot of good stuff coming your way from the boys over here at Knockouts and Three Counts. You got to make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you go buy you a shirt. Check out Megaran's music and all the merch. And until next time, and in between time, hit that motherfucking button. Peace.